Life Jennings said, no guts, no glory. No pain, no story. But I feel if my life was on Maury, it'd probably be pretty boring. That's why I stand up on this stage, hoping to get away from the crowd. Cause I know it's some hood people in here that done lived that life. And I know it's some street people in here that done had to roll that dice. And I know it's some ghetto people in here that done ate pot and meat, buying the sausage and ramen noodles every night, whipping up sugar sandwiches in the kitchen for dessert. And yeah, though that shit hurt, I would never desert that dirt. They put them layers on my feet and made my hands hard as bricks. Doing backflips in the backyard, looking back, it was hard and it scarred my life, but hey, that's my life. It showed me who I'm is and what I'm glad not to be. Cause if I never would've went through it, nobody could ever tell me how I ought to be. Cause what we learn growing up, man, you really can't teach. That's why I get a good laugh sometimes when I hear some people speak. They say they hard as concrete, but we know they knees weak. Even if I ain't had no feet, I'd have a better chance than you walking down my street. I remember no socks, no drawers, holes all on my clothes all through elementary school. Definitely ain't had no name brand shoes, but it was nice to look down and have something to talk to when I had the blues. If you know what I mean. And if you know what I mean, well, you done seen what I seen. You know what it feels like to want bigger, better things. But you also know what it means to be content with what you got. So you probably know what it means to hit them hot spots with that wash rag and to scrape that mold off that bread when it done gone bad. Heat that pot up on that stove. Throw it in the bathtub, wash up, and use the same water to wash your clothes. Wring them out until they dry and hey, voila. Throw them on that radiator heater. Give it about 5 minutes, come back, flip it, then repeat until finished. And you got to know what I'm talking about. Don't you hate it when them lights go out at your house? Candles on every table and a flashlight in your hand. Scared a roach gonna crawl in your food, so when you eat, you gotta stand. But then you still standing there with your hand over your bowl, hoping the roaches don't land. But I'm still too traumatized to eat in a dark place. Gotta make sure ain't no creepy crawlers crawling around on my plate. You see Ricky smile in one line when he said smacks was the least favorite breakfast. Gotta pick them out one by one to make sure ain't no roaches flowing through your intestines. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. But still, you got to look up before you open that cabinet for you see roaches falling out the hat like magic. Man, I'm still too traumatized to drink out that cup without washing it. I just got to the point where I could leave the room without watching it. If my life was on a movie screen, I wonder how many people would watch it. They'd probably be mad because before it finished, they'd had to stop it. A message would come across the screen. This person didn't have enough money in his wallet. I remember scraping for change for singing cigarettes at the corner store. Man, it's bad business when you ain't even got a quarter for a Joe. But nah, I ain't complaining. The message I'm conveying is, I'm just saying, when you've been paying them dues for so long, you feel like, what I got to lose? Hardly ever saw my pops, he was a rolling stone. Never knew when my moms was gonna pop, she was crazy to the bone. I remember being tucked in a corner, rocking on my heels all alone, wondering what it feel like to be raised in a real home, where they show love and give hugs and kisses, instead of a mother telling the youngest son that she got suicide wishes and threatening to kill him too if he don't mind his business. So when you talk about that life, man, I done lived it. I was molested when I was younger, told my mama she ain't want to listen. So I turned right around and gang bang bitches. Got older and gang banging was how I was living. I done jacked, got shot at, got my own pistol and was ready to shoot back. Almost killed 2 men, but I guess them angels had my back 4 deep in the back of what showed when no Cadillac. Had the scrap, cocked it back, but they told me to fall back. See, I was a stupid thug, do anything for some love. Death before dishonor, twisting my fingers up. But then one day it hit me, and I grew up. I ain't know a lot, but I knew enough to know I wasn't gonna be one of them older cats hollering at the younger brothers on the low. Talking about some, hey young blood, let me holler at you, let me hold something till I get on my feet. I oughta had a young brother tell me to beat my feet. A penny pincher, bumming for cigarettes and sneaking sips of your liquor. I oughta have my life ended by a bullet from that 4-nickel liquor. See, this my real life story, y'all, no exaggerations. Just an examination of my past relations with no imagination involved. And this ain't even the half of it. This is just what by letting my mind flow I can fit into one piece. So if you need somebody to talk to and to relate to, come holler at me. I don't care if you black, white, Mexican, Asian. Ain't no discrimination in this new age with this nation flipping this page. Like I said, this is just what by letting my mind flow I can fit into one piece. So if you need somebody to talk to and to relate to, hey, come holler at me.